Season 5 has nerfed a lot of guns, and instead of reading the patch notes, I'll just tell you what's hot or not right now, the loadouts, buffs, nerfs, everything in one big package. Hi, my name is Ponyhoff, and welcome to the Gun Doctor. Straight in. Biggest winner of the patch, definitely the Type 11 right now. With a shrouded barrel, you have a better fire rate right now, so you already had a good time to kill, which now got increased by making the fire rate higher. Your recoil control is increased, and especially the bullet velocity minus from the 45 round mag can also put away. So if you're shooting the gun right now, you just get the absolute straight laser beam, reload relatively fast. We're playing here the crouch build, so when we're crouching, we get this straight up. So on any distance, you can just shoot this away. There is the first shot abounds. So this is very important when you're shooting this gun. Doesn't matter on which distance. The first shot will have a bounce. That's it. You just know this. Like when you're shooting at someone on range, instead of aiming for the head, you aim for the chest, and then you're straight up ready. So that's the only caveat the gun essentially has, but it just beams away with a very good time to kill. Built here with a 3.25 Slate or the 3 to 6 times MX Silencer Shrouded Barrel bipod, 45 round screw mag, polymer grip, weighted, sleight of hand, and lengthened. And this is here the combination, very important, that you're essentially going for sustained fire recoil while you're crouched or mounted. So as you crouch or mount, you reduce it tremendously on this gun. It's just super insane. Yes, you can play it without that, but it's essentially crouch before you shoot and go, and the gun is very mobile and agile. You should always be able to do that. If you're prone, you almost reduce the gun to 0 recoil. It's like an 80% recoil reduction. Yes, it sounds crazy, but it is what it is. And crouching does a substantial part as well already. That doesn't mean you run around crouch the whole time. It's just crouch, shoot, set up. If you played the Vargo as a long-range beamer, you're better off than ever before. Gun still has the same time to kill, but they made the ADS time even faster. So you have this fast, snappy, moving gun that still has the good recoil. I mean, Fortune's Keep and Rebirth Island are the preferred map because the gun has too much shake for super long range shots, but 400-meter shots is perfectly off. So Vargo still being absolutely there with obviously the standard build of the Grau suppressor, the task force, the actual 3 arms, the 60 round mag, because you need the amount of bullets essentially. If you want to snap for your ADS time, you can go lower than that. Oh my goodness, paid actor. Decent gun. Grau got a damage buff from 28 to 29. That's in the first damage drop off. Doesn't change anything about the gun. It's still as bad or as good as it is. Nothing changed here. Same goes for the Groza. We essentially went from a 23 arm and leg shot damage to 24 arm and leg shot damage, but that for the first damage drop off range doesn't really affect the TTK. Therefore, also same gun as always, not better, not worth. KG M40 nerf was pretty substantial because you put down the arm damage from 25 to 23. And that's like definitely a downputting there because you used to have 12 shots to kill with 25 perfectly. Now that being 23 ain't happening anymore. But if you sacrifice bullet velocity and you put on hollow point, you can kind of counteract that and still have the good beaming away version of the KG M40. Now you will lose bullet velocity, but that should still be okay considering that you might use this only on Fortune's Keep and Rebirth Island. So I would say that yes, the nerf is there. Yes, the nerf happened. But if you're using the 40 round mag or 60 round mag version, you can still absolutely beam this away simply because you do actually have the chance to put on hollow point. Which then puts us to the SVT PU scope or 3.25 MX Silencer Reisdorf 720 hand stop, Sakura, polymer, padded, tight grip, hollow point, and on hand the full build on the KG M40. The Cooper Carbine that I just recently represented you with the compressed rounds get really nerfed. You get more recoil with the compressed rounds now, and the horizontal recoil control on the 22-inch barrel also get nerfed. But with a change of one single attachment, you still can use the gun as the absolute laser beam it is. Might have to change another one if you feel like you can't control it. As you can see, it still goes away, maybe on this surface a little bit better. So it's absolutely possible to still have this gun just going away. Time to kill is exactly the same. You have the Slate Reflector, Recoil Booster, Cooper Custom. Then the Mark Skeletal can be swapped for the Strive Angle, making ADS time and sprint to fire slightly worse, and that's the problem. You have the 90mm 60 round drum mag still, and then the rear grip is now the groove grip instead of the tape, stealing some movement speed from you, but giving you ADS firing move speed, so when you're shooting, you're strafing more, and a good chunk of horizontal recoil control. Rectal Skeletal is still tight grip, compressed rounds, and on hand. And again, if you feel like the recoil is a little bit too much, just go for the groove grip instead of the skeletal, and it's even more of a laser, and you can just literally go away and get it on and give it away. The Vargo S gets substantially buffed, but not really buffed, because it does do more damage to arms and legs on the long range, and they reduce the fire rate penalty on the 38 round mag, now giving you a headshot damage of 60 and 52 on range. And as you notice, the gun can kind of be more or less fully autoed away. I'm almost under the impression if I would swap this over to a single fire, if I would play this on full initial firing recoil and just single fire it away, that we could create something like a bar with just the insane headshot damage. But again, I don't think it's worth it at all in any way, despite the buffs. If you really want to play it though, I'm currently running the SVT 326 PU scope, MX Silencer 414 Merzoyan, Carver foregrip 38 round mag, Pine Tar, Merzoyan custom as well, hard scope, lengthen, and on hand. And I have to say, it's just ain't it in my eyes. I'm just not feeling it. But hey, for Fortune's Keep and Rebirth Island, I guess with a very high headshot multiplier, could be fun. But with any other, like, the gun, just despite the buff, does not have it. No change. Not hot. Now starting with the SMGs, this one will be a bit more complicated because they caught like heavy long nerfs. The Armaguerra, for example, they really want to get the movement speed down. They increase the recoil slightly. Like everything, literally. But the time to kill is still the same, and as you can see, you're still good off with the movement. So you nerfed it a lot, but it's still worth. And the recoil, in my eyes, is absolutely handleable on this build. So you can absolutely laser beam it regardless away. But yes, slightly get nerfed, slightly feels autoed. Still would say the top tier choice. Coming in here, Slate Reflector, Recoil Booster, Immerito 550, Mark Skeletal, 60 round mag, Tape Grip, Immerito as a folding, Hard Scope, Subsonic, and Quick, obviously. And if you want to change something, you could also go from the Immerito folding to the body DA for more recoil control, as always, making it an even better laser beam. Marco get hit with a substantial nerf, giving it more recoil and also lowering the damage. You can still move and zoom with it, and yes, when you're shooting it, as you can see, the recoil is good enough. But now it needs one shot more to kill because they lowered the max damage from 34 to 32. So that is the only big change. But even with that change, the Marco is still going to be top tier without being too good. But it gets it closer to the other SMGs with the armor, then also with the Type 100 and whatsoever. The SMGs that have been good already are now like even gooder. Ha. I mean, Volkssturmgewehr could already keep up with all these guns, and now it can even better keep up with these guns. So I think that the SMG meta just gets closer, but without the top tier guns completely getting murdered. Now for this build, we're having the Slate Reflector, Recoil Booster, Body 240mm VL for the maximum fire rate damage combination, Mark Skeletal, Numb Boomac, Tape Grip, Perfetto Asada, Gung Ho, Subsonic, and Quick to just be zooming and moving. The Blixen get now nerfed 4 or 5 times, trying to kind of ruin the gun. I mean, you still have this very good movement speed, as you can see here. And I'm playing the 36 round mag because the nerf was, again, Bergstrom barrel, 17-inch. Actually, the super recoil control barrel is now even less recoil control, but only on the horizontal. The vertical is still fine. And this 54 round mag got nerfed even more. So you're kind of forced to play the 36 round mag now, more or less. But if you look at the recoil, I did put on 2 attachments to take care of the horizontal. You do notice that the gun feels horizontally a bit more wobbly. So in comparison to the Armaguerra, the actual recoil is not more wobbly, but just straight from the feel, when you're just trying to beam it away, it doesn't feel as good anymore. So I would have to say from a mere gun feeling, the Blixen is ruined and armor is king for me. Plus type 100, plus Marco. If you still do like the gun, Slate Reflector, Recoil Booster, Bergstrom 17, Strife Angled, Gorango 36, Groove Grip, Removed Stock, Fleet, Subsonic, and Quick. Just, again, to zoom as fast as possible and have the bonus of horizontal recoil control. But the gun substantially feels more shaky. I mean, if you're close up and personal, it should not be the problem. But you really are going to be struggling to do these 15, 20 meter shots that you used to be able to do with the Blixen. Easy. The PPSH has always been a hipfire monster. Just being able to pinpoint precision, beam people down, hit your shots, very good, movement speed and everything. If I read the patch notes correct, and I hope sim.gg can confirm that tomorrow when they have all their stats updated, they're taking a bit longer, but they removed the damage penalty from the Nambu mag. And the Nambu mag used to bring the chest, arm, and leg damage down, while still giving you movement speed, increasing fire rate, and everything. So as it looks right as of now, as I understand, that damage penalty is gone, and it does the same damage as before for giving you bonus movement speed, fire rate, and hip fire. So the PPSH being now stronger than ever, simple as it is, doing more damage per shot, making it more forgiving when you're hitting arms and leg shots. In total, just an absolute chat of a gun. With the recoil booster, Carbine carry 230, pistol grip, Nambu mag, fabric grip, removed stock, tie grip, hollow point, quick, and whatever side you want to slap on. Honestly, you don't need to. It would be good to put something on like Slate Reflector, because if you ADS down, you can technically shoot it 10 meters easily. Also, like swap from hip fire to ADS fire. So keep that in mind to put something on that you can actually work with. Striker 45 received a huge buff, and I don't want you to ever mention the gun ever again. There will never be a striker build. The striker is not worth it, no matter how much they buff it. They literally would have to boost its stats by 400% each to make it in any way worth it. Stop talking about the striker. Fennec get a big buff, and I gotta say, Fennec has like always been good from a time to kill standpoint and is a great hipfire gun. Paid actor. But now it's even better because the other SMGs are being made worse, TTK equivalented, so that then the Fennec can shine. It does more foot and leg damage, which is actually interesting because you have this hip fire, which is very stable, as you can see, especially like this where we're talking here 8 meters hip fire, right? But if you hit the legs and feet, yeah, now you do more damage, and your next shot multiplier is also from up. Your next shot multiplier goes from 1.01 to 1.4. So when you accidentally hit a next shot in this area of the chest, huge damage boost. And with a sleight of hand, you just reload extremely fast, getting this top tier up and viable. This build is using the ZLR Saber barrel. You could put that off for the Merc foregrip for even more hip fire. 40 round drum mag, no stock, 5 milliwatt laser, and then sleight of hand because it makes 3.2 second reload time down to 2 second reload time. And that is significant because you're gonna burn through your ammo and then instant reload. It's just really that quick. Fennec is back, baby. P90 might have gotten some buffs, but it's not enough to make it good on the very close range. Yes, mid-range is kind of nice, like after 10, 12 meters, but it's just not there to work out well. UGR kind of suffering the same problem. Yes, more ammo capacity now, but the time to kill is just not giving it away, making it top tier. So also a buff, but not one that makes it top tier. The M1928 received huge buffs. They nerfed the fire rate, but they also increased the horizontal recoil control by leaps and bounds. You have a good movement speed. Obviously, some of the other SMGs move faster. Your time to kill is almost 600 milliseconds, slightly nerfed now to like 620, 630 probably. And this is what your recoil would look like. And this is not less controllable than what the Armaguerra has to offer. So you can keep this on. You have a decent fire rate. You have a 50 round mag. What do you want more? Definitely now viable option. Going with a recoil booster, 2.5 rapid fire barrel, strife angled, 50 round drum mag, 9mm, groove grip, chariot marksman, fleet, hollow point, and quick, making it top tier. Now there's huge nerfs and buffs to the marksman rifles. The biggest one here being that they're actually using AR ammunition now than sniper ammunition. So yes, Due to all these nerfs and buffs, there could be a viable build of all of them, but you might notice that my levels are not there. I can't actually make builds for this gun. I never leveled these up to the max. So if you have anything, please share with the community. I hope also you like this presentation style more than just reading the patch notes. I was trying to give you good working loadouts. Don't worry, the new SMG and the new AR each are going to get their own videos. I need to max level them and then you'll get the content for them. EX1 and also the RA225 will get their own deep dives. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out the other videos. Tell me if the loadouts are working for you, if you find something else that's absolutely amazing. And yes, all the guns get closer together, so there might be even more viable options now due to the time to kill being lower on others. Wish you a fantastic day. Keep on clapping.